Please welcome to the stage, founder of AskSamie, Brandy Archie.
Afternoon, everybody. Let me tell you about our client. Her name is Kayla. She's 40s, works full-time, and then all of a sudden, she becomes a family caregiver to her dad, who fell and was coming home from rehab. And now she knew that she needed some grab bars to install and some equipment maybe, but she didn't know where to put it and was having trouble finding an organization that could help her. Now, her dad is surrounded by experts. He's in Metro Atlanta, he's in the hospital, and they still don't have an answer to this vital question. Now, they did tell her what he might need, things like you see pictured here. But they didn't tell her where to get it from, what kind are best, and where they should put it in their own house. So what is she supposed to do with that? And, oh yeah, hurry up, he's discharging home in 2 days. Kayla's story is not unique, and it's indicative of a larger problem. Older adults want to stay living safely at home, and solutions exist, a lot of them. The trouble is knowing what the right ones are for your particular situation, because the experts who know are not well connected and there's not good access to the decision makers. So we solved that at AskSamie by providing on-demand access to clinically based guidance to help people make the right decision so that people can stay living safe at home. Now, we're not just saying blanket statements like pick up the throw rugs. Our AI and our curated marketplace allows Kayla to purchase the right adaptive equipment, connect with the best services, and access the right resources for her dad, all within the platform. I'm Dr. Brandy Archie, occupational therapist and founder at AskSamie, where we are solving accessibility with medical information and equipment. We do this in a dual-sided marketplace. So Kayla can access us and use Samie, our AI tool, to buy the right adaptive equipment and get those services, but also to connect to an occupational therapist if she has really specific questions. We generate revenue for the sale of that adaptive equipment that makes her home accessible. On the other side, though, what we're leaning into and what we're hoping to have launched by next month is a tool for occupational therapists. So they will do our SaaS model, and their subscription gives them access to business-in-a-box tools and access to clients like Kayla. Now, we've had 52% of our sales come from unpaid organic search. And the other part is coming from direct referrals from healthcare professionals. And so we're going to grow that by increasing our SEO with our expanded content creation and lean really heavily into OTs as a primary referral source. So those business-in-a-box tools I was talking about, it's also going to include a community. So we're a go-to repeat place for occupational therapists to have community. And that way, they are seeing dozens of family caregivers and patients every week, which is really important because our research, plus research that comes before us, shows that just $1,500 of adaptive equipment can make most homes accessible for most. We expect our average order value to increase close to that. So if just 2% of the OTs in the country recommend us 1% of the time, that's a $1.2 billion market. Now, there are other ways to solve the problem, of course, but they're all siloed. So either it's construction focus, which only helps homeowners and not renters, or it's e-commerce focus, which is a plethora of things to buy, but you don't know what to do with that. Or it's a software tool for OTs, impacts one or two things in your practice, but does not give you access to clients. We're putting all those things into one place. Now, we've had a ton of traction since we launched last year, more than 600 orders, 10x year-over-year growth, and we even have a national revenue share partnerships with Care Patrol and Comfort Care, which has expanded our reach nationwide. And we've closed the first part of our raise, which has allowed us to have the tools to be able to take our wait list for OT Connected, the OT platform, and grow it into 1,500 worth of occupational therapists by the end of the year is our target. Now, we have a uniquely qualified team that I'm super proud of, over 50 years of healthcare focused experience. I've been in OT for 17 years. I've also started a private practice, so I intimately know the struggles that OTs have with growing a business. And I also know the stress that family caregivers and patients are feeling. Now, our team is great, but we're always looking to grow, so here's how you can help. If you are in healthcare or senior care, please talk to me about how we can partner. If you're an investor or you know a few, a warm introduction would be awesome because they're in the middle of our raise. But most importantly, if you're an older adult, a healthcare professional, or a family caregiver, I want you to know that AskSamie is help when you need it. Think of us like a care GPS. With us, you're never left wondering which way to go. What questions can I answer for you?
Just curious, that this is great and is going to help so many people. But I'm thinking about if I'm in this situation with my parents and that's suddenly happening overnight. Nowadays, where I'm at, I'm probably going right to ChatGPT and saying, okay, give me some solutions, and I'm going to work my way there. Not everybody knows how to do that. Some do. We're all getting to that point. Mm-hmm. What makes you different beyond the obvious that you've been in this field for a long time?
Yeah, so that's a really important point. We are using AI also, but we've trained it specifically to answer your questions in a really specific way, in a way that ChatGPT is not doing, at least as of yet. And so the goal is, as people are starting to recognize the benefit of AI, that they'll start turning to different AI tools for different purposes, and we want to be that place that you turn to for all of the aging and accessibility needs.
And then what's the challenge then going forward as, say, some of those bigger ones are catching up and figuring all of that out, of staying ahead or owning the marketplace?
Yeah, the challenge there is we can be acquired, and we've already done that work. So instead of them building that, take our expertise and just plug it into what you're doing. That helps us a lot, not only to get acquired, of course, but also to make sure that this is a tool that everybody has access to very quickly.
Thank you.
Is there any resistance to OTs coming on the platform?
The only resistance is development speed. So we have a wait list already. We're well entrenched in the OT community. It's a freemium model, so our goal is to get a bunch of people on free first, and then as they level up to what their needs are, they'll pay. So it's really about our ability to develop. So we still have a little bit of work there, and that's why we plan to launch in about a month.
And can you talk about the revenue share with Comfort Care and others and why you have that?
Yeah, so there's a lot of ancillary types of businesses that are interacting with our client at the point of change, in which they would want to have a shower chair or some grab bars installed. So Care Patrol is one of them, and Comfort Care also, they're in-home care. And so if they recommend that somebody come to AskSamie to get those things, one, we're reaching people right at the right time, which is really hard to do, and also they get a 10% share of whatever the sale of those products is. So that's helpful for them because it's another line of revenue, and it's helpful for us because we're not really, our cost of acquisition is limited.
For the end user orders, are any of these products covered by insurance, and does your platform help them navigate that as well?
Super good question. Unfortunately, most of the things are not covered by insurance, so we don't take insurance for that. We do help them a lot with a variety of alternative payment options, including HSA and FSA. There are only really 5 things that go into the home that are covered by insurance. And while we do have them on the site, it's for cash pay only, and we do also have resources to help them go through the process of getting it covered by insurance, even though that's not a service that we would do. So we're really trying to make sure that there's clear and evident information to make good decisions about how they want to go about it.
Can you talk to us about what the real challenge is in the development? Because you pointed that out versus the issue isn't the market, it's building the platform. Why is it so hard?
Oh, it's not that it's that hard, it's that it takes money and time and effort. So we have the plan for building it. We are in the process of building it, but part of the point of our raise is so that we can hire some more people to build that faster.
Speaking of the raise, just curious sort of what feedback you've gotten, and obviously you're 250 into 750, so making good progress. But just curious, like feedback you've gotten from investors.
I think our feedback has been excellent. So people are interested in doing so, especially now that we've gotten started. I think they want to see that our OT side of the platform is live and people are spending money on it. And I feel confident about being able to do that. So some people are always waiting to look to see about that, but I think we've also have a ton of pipeline through grants and other things that we've raised. So previous to this 250 investment, we've raised $300,000 in non-dilutive funding. And so that's a slow process for us to do this one step at a time. But if we can get this raise closed, then that'll really help with the speed of our development and get to scale. Thank you.